Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Ringside Recap. I am your host, Ninja the Ninja, and let's get started with a brand new season of wrestling, starting with Monday Night Raw. So y'all, welcome back to the show. We are freshly off WrestleMania 42, and I think the show was an okay show. I know it's a lot of mixed reviews. Some people didn't like it, some people loved it. Some people like night one better than night two, or night two better than night one. But in my opinion, I think night one was better than night two. But a lot of people think different. They think night two was the better night. But I just felt like a lot of night two matches was very fast. Except for like the end of the match with CM Punk and Roman. I feel like that match was long. But I really did not enjoy that match for some reason. I really still don't know why I don't like that match. I even went back and rewatched it, and I still don't like it. Something with me, I'm not connecting with this match for some reason. I don't know. But in all, I thought the WrestleMania was okay. Was it the best? No. But was it manageable to watch? Yes. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do for this Monday Night Raw tonight. So I will keep you updated on my review and reactions on everything that went on tonight. So, after all that, let's get started with the show. So y'all, the show opens up with Obafemi marching to the ring and him just saying that he is the ruler. So I guess he's putting the nail in the coffin for Brock Lesnar, and maybe this is his statement also saying that he is on Raw. So I guess we're gonna get more details about that soon. But the first match of the night, we had Rhea and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi. And this match, it was a good match. It was a good match opener. Great back and forth between all the women. But, of course, the winners of the match was Rhea and Io. And I am curious on where Rhea is going to go. Is she going to go to SmackDown, or is she going to stay on Raw? So, I guess they might figure that out within probably next week. Then we get a segment with Penta and GM Adam Pearce, and he basically congratulating Penta on his match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship, which Penta won, so he retained. So then Javon Evans comes around and he's congratulating Penta too, but he also tells Penta that he should have been the champion last night. And Penta is like, this title belongs to me, Penta. So maybe in the future we're gonna get Javon versus Penta match soon. But then we have a new superstar joining Monday Night Raw, and that is Ethan Page from NXT. So Ethan is now a part of Team Raw. So him and Javon goes on back and forth, and basically GM Adam is like, you know what, you two settle it in the ring. So it's gonna be a match between Javon and Ethan later on the night. So I think that's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a great match between them. So y'all, the next segment of the night, we had CM Punk cutting a promo, basically giving his thanks and everything to the WWE Universe, and him saying that the WWE Universe helped him through a tough time. He was grieving his friends and family and dog, and the universe helped him find a way to battle his grief and keep on pushing as the champion that he was. And then he just cut some jokes to the fans, and he was going to leave out the ring, and then Cody Rhodes come out of nowhere, and Cody's eye looks terrible. If y'all ever seen his eye is literally purple. Like, just the whole bone around his, like, it's just nasty looking. But him and Cody have this back and forth, and Punk is like, congratulations, you're the winner, and you shouldn't feel like a loser. I'm the loser. I lost to Roman Reigns. I got my title taken from me, and I don't know why you feel like the loser when you're the winner. Maybe because you fought a friend, and he was referring to Randy Orton. But honestly, this promo was, I think it honestly was a time waster. But CM Punk always been saying in this promo that you never know when the next title shot will fall from the sky. So he says it to Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes was like, you know what, Punk? Pick a time, pick a place, and we're gonna have the match for the championship. So maybe next pay-per-view or the following pay-per-view after that, we're gonna get Punk versus Cody. I can honestly see this happening at SummerSlam. I don't see them fighting any other pay-per-view other than SummerSlam. That's like another big pay-per-view of the year. So maybe Cody versus CM Punk. I guess we'll see. Okay, y'all, the next match of the night, we had Ethan Page versus Javon Evans, and this match was a pretty good match. It was a great debut match for Ethan Page. I think he is going to be the next big star. I can honestly see him turning into like the new Miz when he gets older in the career. I feel like he reminds me so much of him. But that match between him and Javon was great, with ending up Ethan taking the win due to Rusev coming out and distracting Javon and causing him the win. But we end up getting Penta. He came back to help, try to help Javon, but he ended up getting jumped by Ethan and then getting in a submission hold by Rusev. And then Rusev ends up picking up the Men's Intercontinental Championship, basically saying that he is coming for it. So maybe we're gonna get an Rusev and Ethan title match shot. You know what? It's probably gonna be another ladder match situation, or it's gonna be like some type of like tournament that you have to win, and whoever wins is gonna be the number one contender. So I guess we'll see how that is gonna play out. So y'all, the next segment of the night, we had Liv Morgan coming out to the ring, basically her just gloating herself and how she beat Stephanie Valkyrie at WrestleMania. And she just gloating herself. She didn't really say nothing too out the way. But then we get a special surprise of Sol Ruka from NXT making her Raw debut and basically getting in the face of Liv Morgan and challenging her for a match. So Adam Pearce comes out and calls for a ref, and the match was on. So the match between Sol Ruka and Liv Morgan was a pretty good match. I won't lie. Seeing Sol on Raw was very surprising for me. I don't really watch NXT like that, but I have seen clips of Sol. But all in all, she's a great wrestler, very different from any of the usual women we see on TV. And I hope they make her into a great champion in the future. But all in all, Liv Morgan wins against Sol Ruka, Okay, y'all, the next segment of the night, we had The Vision and Paul Heyman, them coming out to the ring. And Paul first gives his flowers to Brock Lesnar, who retired last night, and then proceeds to go back to The Vision and say, how good they are. And then Paul gives the mic to Logan, and Logan literally getting booed out from the whole stadium. And then he goes on saying about how I Show Speed, is just terrible, and streamers are terrible, and just goes on and on. This is nonsense, right? So then go back to Paul, and Paul basically calls out Braun Breaker to come back out, and Braun Breaker is basically saying that he was the leader of the Vision before Steph came in, and Steph made it bad, and then he got taken out, and then Steph comes back, and Steph tries to attack everyone, and he gets jumped, and then the Street Profits come back out, and they help Steph and get rid of Austin and Logan, and it was just a little brawl. But of course, at the end, Braun Breaker spears Seth Rollins twice, and that was the end for that segment. It was an okay segment. I didn't really care for it. It's probably good to see the Street Profits back. We haven't seen them on TV in a while. They both look healthy, but maybe a 3-man tag team match between them soon. I don't know. Guess we'll see what that's gonna play out to. Okay, y'all. The next match of the night, we had Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. Now, before the match even starts, Finn Balor jumps JD McDonough and literally dragged him all around the arena. He had him in the ramp, he had him in the fans on the steps, and then eventually they both made it back into the ring. And this match was a great match. Honestly, I might put this match of the night for me. I mean, I was entertained by the match between both men, but of course, no shocker here that Finn Balor did beat JD McDonough, but of course it came at a cost because Dominic Mysterio ended up getting involved in jumping Finn Balor, and y'all know how that go. So that was the end of that match, and then it ended up jumping to Gunther having an interview with Jackie, and basically Jackie is like, congratulations on your WrestleMania win, and basically trying to get the scoop between Gunther and Paul Heyman, and basically Gunther said he doesn't owe Paul Heyman anything, so we're gonna see how that plays out. But then LA Knight comes in and sticks his nose into the conversation and basically told Gunther he took an L somehow. I can't even remember how he said it, but he said it in some weird rhyme poem thing that he normally does. So I'm going to assume, since LA Knight said to Gunther they're probably going to have a match next Monday. So I'm going to be on the eye for that one. And then to answer my question earlier about Rhea and Io, Rhea is going to SmackDown fully since she is the champion now, and Io is going to stay on Raw. So I can see Io definitely coming for Liv's championship, and I guess we'll see also how that also is going to play out. So y'all, the last segment of the night, we had Roman Reigns, and he was not being the evil Roman Reigns that we normally get. He was actually acknowledging the crowd. He had the Usos with him. He is basically like, hey, I won the championship at WrestleMania. We already knew he was going to say that. But he tells the Usos, you know, I'm celebrating with my cousins, and it got me thinking, I miss us being together. So he basically, like, gets Jimmy and Jay back on to his little group. So now I guess we got another bloodline group again. The OG bloodline is back again. So as Roman was, you know, doing his acknowledge me finger point, Jacob Fatu comes out, and Jacob Fatu basically tells Roman, like, hey, you have something I have. I want your throne, and I want that title. And Roman basically tells Jacob, is like, look, if you become champion, there's no footing up here. You're at the top of the mountain. So you gotta be ready to handle all the burden that comes with the championship. But Roman says, I'm not telling you yes or telling you no for the next pay-per-view is Backlash next month. But I want you to think about it, and I want to hear your answer next Monday night. And that was basically it with the segment, and that was the end of the show. And this show was okay. I was expecting a little bit more for the night after WrestleMania, but I guess it was okay. My favorite match of the night, I am going to give it to JD Madonna and Finn Balor. And second was definitely Rhea and Io's match earlier in the show. They were the best matches of the night for me. And it makes me curious to see what's going to happen next when Friday comes around. And I really want to know more about Cody's situation with his eye. Maybe he's going to relinquish it, maybe not, because he's telling Punk, you know, like, hey, anytime, anywhere for this championship. So maybe he's okay to wrestle. Maybe his eye is fine. Maybe he'll do his old Cody Rhodes, like, mask thing when he broke his nose or something like that back in the day. But that was the end of the show. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me, and thank y'all very much for hanging out with me during the whole WrestleMania weekend. It was a long weekend, a long time of editing for me, and I'm very proud of myself for making it this long and continuing to be steady on releasing things, even though I'm having difficulties with my mic right now. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm about to buy a new microphone. But after all that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you want to, share with your friends if you want to, and be sure to love one another, be blessed, and mental health matters. Bye.